Hi, I'm Steve Rosen. Over the next couple of minutes, we're going to review some of the major stories and features of the last month. Welcome. Young mothers and families in need were the focus of the 5th annual baby shower Thursday at Colony Professional Plaza, hosted by Parity Cares Foundation.
This is our 5th year. Jenny was pregnant. Jenny is Greg's wife, Jenny Parity. She was pregnant with their 3rd child, and all of our clients always want to do showers, do parties, donate, and they don't need. So they decided, Greg and Jenny together, that why not make it a charitable event. We try and find people that aren't your average people that could help. I'm going to say Toys for Tots, one of them, although we did donate $10,000 to them this past Christmas. The groups that don't get all the help, that don't have the publicity that other organizations do, and basically the ones that we're part of are the ones that our clients are near and dear to our clients. Like autism. If we have several clients that have come to us, we'd really like to do something with the autism group, same with Alzheimer's, veterans. Those are the kind of organizations we help that don't always get the help that they need. We have the Infant Toddler Pantry, then we have Hands of Mercy everywhere, then we have Children's Home Society, then we have the Pregnancy Care Center in Leesburg. I took this job because of what Greg does for this community. It's amazing. I wholeheartedly appreciate, being part of this, personally, and our clients. I mean, look at them. There's hundreds and hundreds of clients that donate, and that just kills me. That's when I start crying, because it's amazing.
In the event of a disaster, the village's public safety department has additional resources that is ready to help. Community Emergency Response Team of the Villages, also known as CERT. On March 17th, there was one final exercise for new members to complete before they graduated into the group.
One of our 2 annual basic course graduations, we run a 6-week, 12-session basic course twice a year, spring and fall. And it's a FEMA mandated or FEMA developed course that provides the basics, as the name implies, the basics of what a CERT member needs to be able to do his or her job. Today we're graduating 25 new students. It's a mock disaster drill or exercise. There are 6 stations, 5 of them are more or less medical oriented. One is fire suppression, and they rotate from station to station. We have at least as many current CERT members serving here today as victims or mentors as we do people in the class, and it's a good feeling about how our people are willing to turn out to train the next generation. In this particular class today, there are 2 physician's assistants. It's great to have that knowledge base coming in, but we train everyone to work to a certain level, regardless of what their background is. Our primary objective is to be a force multiplier for the fire department, the public safety department, in what we would term gray skies situations. So if we were to have a hurricane, tornado, and we have been called out by the fire department on those situations, we would be a force multiplier, able to do search and rescue, to do minor medical treatment, first aid treatment, probably a better way to term it. And then we also have what we call a blue skies mission. In order to keep our people trained and up to speed, we provide the first aid services at all of the village's special events on the squares.
Phil says CERT has been attracting a lot of new members south of State Road 44. For more details about this group and the programs being offered, visit certofthevillages.org. After this short break, we'll check out recreation opportunities, so stay with us.
When cleaning your air ducts, it's important to clean the entire system. An air duct cleaning from Stanley Steamer removes pounds of trapped dirt, dust, and allergens from your home completely. The cleaning improves your home's indoor air quality, keeps your home cleaner longer, and can even improve the efficiency of your HVAC system. We want you to have the cleanest and healthiest indoor air possible. So call for a free inspection today.
Stanley Steamer gets your home cleaner.
If you have a hearing loss but won't wear a hearing aid, we have exciting news for you.
It's the Lyric Invisible Hearing System. It's placed deep in your ear canal, it's completely undetectable, and the insertion process takes only minutes with no surgery, medication, or pain involved.
You wear it 24 hours a day, there's no maintenance and no batteries to change.
You can sleep, shower, and exercise with it.
In practically the time it's taken us to tell you about this hearing device, we just fit this patient.
Call right now and find out if Lyric is right for you.
With so much going on around this active community, residents have a lot to choose from. An Archery 101 social held March 7th attracted a full group of villagers aiming to learn something new.
I kind of feel like Katniss Everdeen in the Hunger Games, so I thought, well, we could do the senior Hunger Games. So no, it's fun. It's a lot of fun. It's challenging to try to do that. And it's harder than you think because you got to get the form right and everything. I'm having a blast. And it's a little frustrating, but at least I hit the target. I only had 2 go past the target, so I feel better. Yeah. You should try everything. If something sounds good, go out and do it, because I never would have thought archery would have been fun, but it's a blast. I'm busy every day. I looked at my husband, I'm like, geez, what happened to the time? It's already like 4:30. I mean, we got Zumba, pickleball, we do pitch and putt. We just did the 101 for the archery. I've never been in a place like this.
The purpose of today is just get these people comfortable with shooting, understand the safety rules at the range, and they meet some new friends too while they're here. So it's just to have a good time. It's just basic shooting techniques that in archery you never get anywhere. You know, your brother taught you or your sister or something. But here we've got some very experienced people, and we can teach them the basics, and that's what counts. And once they've done this, they spent this day, then they can use the equipment here any Tuesday, any Thursday from 10 to noon. There's nothing better than to see somebody that's in their early 80s pick up a bow for the first time in their life and hit that target. It's very rewarding. And I really can't express how much fun we have, the people that are doing it. We just enjoy teaching people and watching them improve.
Take a look at the latest Villages Recreation and Parks insert in Thursday's Daily Sun for the May social calendar to see when the next Archery 101 session will be held and how to register. Brownwood Birders President Stan Lavender has been fascinated by birds dating back to when he was earning his Boy Scout Bird Study Merit Badge. Once he retired and moved to the Villages, he quickly noticed some different feathered friends. He led a bird watching for beginners event May 4th, hosted by the Villages Recreation and Parks Department.
When I moved to the Villages 10 years ago from up north, I saw a lot of birds that I just didn't recognize. And I really like to know what's out and about and around me, and I just love all parts of nature, and birding is part of one of them. For new birders that would like to learn about birding, it's a perfect way to get out and do it. We have a nice crowd here today. We're going to walk the Richmond Trail, which will have a lot of songbirds out, and you can hear them. We're going to do birding by ear. We're going to do birding by sight. We're going to see probably at least 15 to 20 species here today. This is a time of year in May when we still have some migratory birds returning from South America and the Caribbean that are heading north and going back to a lot of places where people came from before they moved to the Villages. We're going to talk about how to use binoculars. If you need binoculars, we're going to talk about birding by ear, because we're going to hear a lot of these birds before we see them. We're going to talk about new applications from the Cornell Lab of Ornithology that will help you identify birds, and we'll also have a lot of fun along the way and just get to know each other. The Brownwood Birders, we're getting into the slow part of the year, but we still have meetings on the second Tuesday of every month at Lake Okahumpka Rec Center. This month, our guest speaker is going to be Elizabeth Stakenborg, who is going to talk about birding in Hawaii and the conservation of birds in Hawaii. And she's going to primarily focus on the island of Kauai. And if you'd like to see that, come on down and visit with us at Lake Okahumpka Rec.
The Brownwood Birders will meet starting at 9 a.m. Tuesday at Lake Okahumpka Recreation. If you plan to come, Stan says bring your binoculars because they will take a brief walk after the meeting, too. Up next, we'll meet some athletes. We'll be right back.
So one of the favorite things I experience as an audiologist is, this is going to sound weird, it's earwax removal. It's called cerumen management professionally. So what we do with the Villages Health is we use a device called the Irrigator. It is the coolest device. Most people call it almost like an ear spa, like you're getting a massage. It's body temperature water that comes out in a steady flow that almost feels like your ear canal is getting massaged. It takes seconds in most cases, minutes every once in a while. The wax comes out and you're feeling great. So you don't have to be a patient of the Villages Health. Our audiologists are specialists that take just about every insurance. We're happy to adopt you just for earwax removal.
Broadcasting and streaming live from Lake Sumter Landing in a small building with big windows near the water. AM 640, 102.7 and 104.5 FM. Your soundtrack to the Villages. WVLG Wildwood.
There are 2.1 million people in the United States living with limb loss. Their main concern, if they choose to start the journey of wearing a prosthetic limb, is function, independence, and normalcy. VNN's Jill Winters reports.
On Labor Day weekend in 2005, Village of Sunbury resident Rich Cole's life changed. He is traveling 15 miles per hour on his motorcycle here in the Villages when he says the driver in front of him suddenly stopped. Rich clipped the back of her Jeep.
I fractured my arm and compound fractures in my leg. Unfortunately, they tried to save the leg for 2 weeks and couldn't, and they took it off, and then it got infected through that procedure.
Rich, who is an avid cyclist, had an above-the-knee amputation. He received his first prosthetic leg January 16, 2006. He has now had 4 prosthetics and rides his recumbent racing tricycle daily.
I was fortunate enough to get a computerized microprocessor leg right away. It's a C-leg. And they have developed over the last several years. Every day my leg size changes. It's just because of the nature of human nature. We wake up in the morning, sometimes things swell, sometimes they don't. So we wear socks on top of the residual limb and the socket to order size. Came home from the hospital, I was just glad to be alive and ready to go. And so I never looked back. I did not look back. As you may know, I head up coordinate the amputee support group here in the Villages. And that's why I tell everybody, you're not alone, you're ready to go, and there's nothing you can't do if you put your mind to it.
Through the amputee support group in the Villages, Rich finds when you give support to others, it helps you too. He says that strengthens him all the time. They meet at 1:30 p.m. the first Wednesday of the month at Lake Myona Recreation.
Lee Sirazak was an original member for the Leatherneck Warriors Dragon Boat team. After 15 years in the sport, the Village Hacienda resident thought he had retired, but the team came calling and he is now their head coach.
It's like a family. You have usually 35 to 45 people on a team, and everybody supports each other, and it's just a real family atmosphere. Well, I'm new on this team. I've been the USA coach, and I've been the coach of several other teams started here. In fact, our group is the one that started this about 15 years ago. And they came and said, our coach just quit us, and we need somebody. We're kind of desperate, so they had to be desperate to ask me. So anyway, I said, well, let's look at each other for about a week. And anyway, we went up for a workout, and they liked it and came back and said, no, we'd like you to be coach. And I was kind of hoping to retire, but like I say, these people grow on you, they're like a family. I mean, they really are. They're great. So I'm enjoying it so much. We do a lot of weight training. I know what muscles to work on to get ready for dragon boating. We do it twice a week, and they're really responding well to it, and really it's giving them a lot more power. We paddle 3 days a week, work out at least 2, sometimes 3 on weights. But this is the first year, and so far we've had 2 races and got 2 gold medals, so they're feeling good, but they're working out awful hard, which is great. Well, the Nationals are coming up the last week in July, and so we're hoping to put a team or 2 in there, and so I think they'll do really well too. But we have a race every month for 10 races, and with the big one culminating at Lake Hernando, and that's the biggest one of the year.
Under Lee's leadership, the team spends 2 days each week at his home working on strength training. It's paying off, as earlier this month, the Leatherneck Warriors captured a gold medal at the Claremont Dragon Boat Festival. We'll be back with more news from Florida's friendliest hometown.
Stay with us. More Villages lifestyle news is coming up right after this on VNN.
You want to enjoy your home, we know. To live well is to eat well. Doc's Restorations knows you want a beautiful kitchen to enjoy your favorite meals with your family. Licensed, bonded, and insured, we can make it happen. Bathroom? We work with trusted brands and American-made materials for a squeaky clean result. Family owned and operated for over 14 years, experienced craftsmen and design consultants. We stand on it. We'll make you look like a million. It's up to you what you tell your neighbors. And much more. So relax. Doc's Restorations will take care of it all for you. One company, one source, one solution.
This is VNN.
Libraries give people the opportunity to dive into different worlds of imagination. Within the Villages, there is a little-known location called the Mark Twain Library. Let's check in with Carol Wiltman in the VNN newsroom to learn more about this special place.
Situated on the backside of Paradise Recreation near Paradise Lake sits the Mark Twain Library. Many residents refer to it as a hidden gem in this community. Twice a year, this fully volunteer-led staff hosts a Patron Appreciation Day to celebrate those who visit.
Well, I just walked in the door and I was greeted by, I don't know this lovely lady's name, but congratulations, you're number 18, and I won this plant, this peace lily. It's a door prize. It's a door prize. So this is wonderful. I come here maybe every Monday, but maybe not, depending on what I have to return. I'm reading way too many books. People here are very gracious. These books are all donated, and you can keep them as long as you need to read them. 60 days, that's wonderful. And I love poetry, and that's what I have to return. I have a couple of poetry books that I got from here, and they're anthologies, and so I will return those quickly.
Currently, when Sue visits the Mark Twain Library, she heads toward the set of Agatha Christie mystery books as she aims to complete the whole collection.
Well, I'm just glad to come, and everybody should come and see this wonderful place, Mark Twain Library. It's behind the Paradise Rec Center, easy to get here, and it's so beautiful outside. You can take a book and sit by the lake and read. It's a wonderful place.
Village of Palo Alto resident Carol Olson has been volunteering at the library for 20 years. She encourages residents to stop in for a visit.
They come in and they don't feel rushed. They feel like they can come in and just sit down and read a book or just look through one of the many coffee table books that we have. Everything you see in this library is donated. Even that Christmas tree, one of our residents built that Christmas tree.
If you enjoy getting lost in a good book or two, visit the Mark Twain Library, located at Paradise Recreation. With this look inside the library, I'm Carol Wiltman.
It's time now for a brief commercial break.
You're here to have fun, lots of fun. We're Lake Nutrition Center, your health food store. We offer vitamins, supplements, immune boosters, gluten-free and plant-based options that will support your health. We're here to help you feel better, sleep better, manage your stress of those pickleball tournaments, navigate the traffic circles, and help you with your golf game. We look forward to meeting you and helping you stay healthy and have more fun.
The Villages recently was one of 4 sites across the state that participated in a study gauging seniors' perception of autonomous vehicles. Over multiple days, area residents took a ride in an autonomous beep shuttle in the parking lot of UF Health Precision Health Research in the Villages.
We received a grant from the Department of Transportation to actually bring autonomous or self-driving buses to the Villages so that older adults who live in our community can actually take a ride on the shuttle and be able to let us know their thoughts about what's good about this kind of technology, what they feel like needs to be improved or enhanced in order for it to be effective. Right now, this kind of technology is still in beta testing, so we had to get a special permit to be able to bring it onto our roads. But because villagers represent all of the states in the U.S., it's a great way for us to be able to get the viewpoints of a whole lot of different folks. So I think that there is a lot of people, for example, some older adults, people with disabilities, sometimes people with food or housing insecurity that are struggling with access to transportation. That transportation can be vital to being able to do basic things like grocery shopping, to be able to get to doctor's appointments. In a post-COVID world, it's very difficult to hire people to drive buses, so lots of areas have had to cut or reduce public transportation. So if we had autonomous driving shuttles, it might be one of the ways that we could ebb that gap and be able to increase transportation access, and that will result in things like better health care, longevity, increased health and wellness and quality of life. So hopefully we can start to really harness these technologies in the ways that might be able to support extended living in place. Affordability for sure and access is a really big priority for these programs as they are developed. We've had a lot of great support, from EMS, from the Sumter County Sheriff's Office, from the Villages Public Safety Division who came out and did training with us. Lots of help as well from Villages in terms of making sure the trees and branches and things were all trimmed. So we couldn't possibly, it really does take a village for us to be able to push the envelope in innovation. And our community has been so generous with their time. We had no difficulty.
It was a whole lot better than I expected, actually. We had gone a little distance, and I said to everybody, oh my God, I just realized there's nobody driving this car. It just seemed like we were in a regular vehicle. I didn't notice any difference. I did not have a problem with it at all. I really liked it, actually. Checking everything out, see how safe it is, and I felt very safe. It was actually a bigger vehicle than I expected it to be.
During a community engagement day on April 4th, local officials and other community members also got the chance to ride the electric shuttle, in addition to about 100 villagers and 42 veterans. Live musical entertainment is available here every day of the year. These are the bands ready to perform for you Saturday night. That's all the news we have for you now. Keep enjoying the Villages lifestyle.
Thanks for watching your VNN Lifestyle News Show. You're living the dream. Fun times and great tunes. Jackhammering the rock and roll. Delighting up the dance in R&B. It's your Villages house party on your Villages soundtrack. WVLG.
The best mix of music, the songs you love. Your Villages soundtrack, WVLG.